All right. Welcome to our presentation on Jim Pepper. Hold on, let me get to the right. There we go. On Jim Pepper and his album "The Path" by. The Path. And then yeah, thanks for watching. And all right, let's get it going. Okay, "The Path" by Jim Pepper. So, who is Jim Pepper? So, Jim Pepper was Native American slash jazz artist who was born in Salem, Oregon, parents of the Native American descent, and his mother being from the Creek origin and his father from the Kansas origin. Excuse me. So, a little bit about Jim's Native American influence. So, being raised in a household with two Native American parents, the culture was shared and ingrained into Jim's blood. Jim's love for music started from a very young age as he took after his father, who actually played the saxophone, which led him to play instruments like the tenor, clarinet, and as well as the saxophone. In addition to his parents' culture, Jim was also influenced by his beloved grandfather. Jim was introduced to peyote music, which stems from the North American Indians and their religious movement. Jim became a pioneer for incorporating Native American culture with jazz sounds and went on to produce more albums like The Path, which we will be reviewing in this video. So, a little bit about Jim Pepper and his music. Before Jim burst into the music world with producing his own albums and music, Jim's career began when he decided to move to New York and pursue a music career. Jim's career took a noticeable jump upon joining with the Free Spirits, a jazz rock fusion band. With this group, Jim and his band made and performed music which the world had never seen by implementing spunky new rock music integrated with indigenous sounds. After a great time spent with the Free Spirits, Jim felt called to make music of his own. One of the reasons why Jim was moved towards releasing music under himself is because of the encouragement from other Native American artists like Don Cherry. With the recognition from artists like him, this sparked a flame for Jim making the decision to implement his music with the inspiration of indigenous music. So, like I said, I will be going over a little bit of the music from from The Path. One of the most notable songs is Wichita Tau, and we'll be listening to that right now. Okay, so this was kind of an interesting song. So, um, while Jim didn't release this song on The Path, this was actually put into his album. So, this song in particular was kind of like the big jump for Jim and his influence, being able to show the world like his influence of Native American music and how it can have an impact on jazz music in particular. And so this is a really cool song. It actually was some of the lyrics were from what his grandfather used to sing him. So this is more of like a peyote chant, and this actually influenced a lot of other Native American musicians to take this song and remix it and make it into something new, kind of different than what Jim did. So the next song is Cattle Revival. So this song was another notable song on his album, and we're gonna go ahead and listen to that right now. So for time constraints, I can only listen to 30 seconds of it. But this was a pretty cool. This was also a really cool album as well. So this had influence from his grandparents as well. Um, so uh, why I like kind of chose this song was because most of the songs that you hear from The Path are a lot of like jazz influenced, and using like normal sounds, but this one like kind of inputted like a wide variety of instruments, and like you could just even hear that in the first 30 seconds was the tambourine and so like things like the ringing of the wind chimes, and this is like super cool. Along with that, like he also um, took some of which you really didn't get to hear a lot of it, but like some of like the common styles of like Caddo language were put into the song as well. So like kind of like him taking all these like really great songs and jazz like types of music and putting them together was something that like just illuminated to the world like the styles of Native American music. So, like in conclusion, what Jim was able to do was break into a barrier in the music community and set himself apart from the norm of jazz and rock through inputting a music style that fused genres of Native American music and so many more. While the path can't really be recognized as like the album which appropriately defines his career and share to fame, the share of this album and songs like Wichita Tao and Cattle Revival can. And in remarks to the influence and culture which Jim strived to blend, are perfectly resembled with these tracks.